Cam, was last week maybe a wake-up call for you guys?
Wake up call. I think, you look at the game, a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of self-inflicted wounds. I don't know if it was a wake up call, but I think if you talk about winning games in this league, that's a recipe of not how to do it.
Short week. What are the issues with it, especially another team that
What are the
doesn't have
issues?
many
I'm a
many
little
wins?
tired on Tuesday. I think there's not a lot of game planning where things change, but it comes down to execution, mistake-free football, winning the turnover battle, and I think when you combine all those things together, the team that does that on a short week really benefits from that.
Cam, you're now down 3 middle linebackers. How does that affect you guys, and especially from a communication standpoint?
It's critical. Guys got to step in. I think we got some good guys behind that can help out, but it's not easy. I think communication is so important, and it has to be so detailed on the defensive side of the ball. So, we'll see what happens in such a little bit of time, but we got to work cut out for us.
How much does it alleviate that concern that Blake and Miles have so much experience playing in this league?
I think it helps. Miles, he was here last year, so he understands the playbook. But Blake's a smart guy as well, so having those guys that have had that experience definitely plays a part. But we just got to grow in these next 2 days. So the meetings have got to be locked in, the walkthroughs, the practice. Got to take advantage of this time and get all the questions and answers out there.
And what are the challenges in facing offense that you might not entirely right now know who's playing at quarterback? I mean, different guys that can do different things.
I think when you look at them, each guy has tape on them, which is good. But they're going through. They're trying to figure out who they want to start, and on such a short week, it's kind of hard to just throw another guy in there. But you try to rely on what you're good at. I know Ramondre Stevenson got hurt, but their running game has been pretty solid for them. Ezekiel Elliott's been getting after it. Their O-line's been pretty much intact to this far. But man, you look at what their calling card is in these type of moments, because there's not a lot of turnaround with such few time.
How much do you guys emphasize in getting up the field this week on third down, especially knowing that their defense has been playing really well and holding opponents to just a score?
Yeah, you look at their defense; they're giving up 10 points in the last 4 games, and for each game, and it's a challenge. It should be a challenge for our defense as well as our offense, but we got to provide short fields for our offense because their defense has been pretty keen with so many guys moving around. Jabril Peppers, Wise Jr. They've got a bunch of guys that can play a numerous amount of spots. Lawrence Guy, a guy I'm really fond of that does it up front. So I know they're down a couple guys, but they keep battling back, and they've been pretty good because of it.
And before you guys played Cleveland, Pat P said the goal was to be the best defense in the stadium. Kind of a similar approach,
Of course. Of course, week in and week out, you play these good teams, and they have good defenses. And the competition comes who has the best defense going in and coming out.
Kim Deontay just told us he felt like preparation throughout the week was at the level that was expected, but then something changed on game day as far as maybe taking the Cardinals lightly. Did you see something like that happen, and how do you prevent something like that?
I didn't really look at it like that. Self-inflicted wounds. I don't think it comes down to detail throughout the week. I think it comes down to execution in those games, staying focused, and the penalties were out of control. Offense, defense, special teams. Defense especially, we let them sustain drives. Offense, it got us out of our rhythm. Special teams, you couldn't even get a rhythm because you were starting on such longer fields or shorter fields. So, I look at that as a big contributor to that, but we got to clean that up. And I understand that we're all ticked off about the game and how it went, but it's the NFL. Every team's got a good chance to win.
Cam, just kind of going off of that, a lot of the things that you did seem to be near and dear to your heart.
Mm-hmm.
How important was it for you to support causes that affected you personally?
Yeah, I think having role models in my life that felt a way to give back in different ways in the community. And that's kind of motivated me to do the same and continue to give back and understand my community needs it. And I want to be a part of the change. You know, my perspective is we got a great opportunity to give back. I'm never going to run away from that.
Have you had an opportunity to talk with Kenny or Chicken since he had the surgery?
I haven't, actually. I need to do that. But it's been a short week, so a lot of stuff has come out as fast. But I do want to send my regards.
You have a loss before a short week. Is it sort of like a pro-con thing where you get to get the taste out of your mouth quickly, but also you don't have much time to correct maybe things that didn't go right?
I mean, you know, being a short week, you do want to correct the things that went wrong last game, but you can't harp on that too much because we do have a short week. So, I mean, just us, just being a team, being grown-ups and knowing that, you know, we did make a lot of mistakes last game, but we got to move on and worry about the Patriots. We're still in the hunt. We still have a good, chance at doing everything we want. We still have, everything's still open for us. So, putting that game to rest is kind of what we did, and now we're about the Patriots.
Should you have any preference on short yardage runs, shotgun or on
I'm not saying nothing because it seems like I take my stuff and just run off with it. So I don't.
Najee, you guys are 4-0 after losses. What is it about this group that you guys have been able to bounce back and be a resilient group after a loss?
It's part of the NFL. I mean, you win some, you lose some. I was worried about just the next game. You don't need to have that next play, next opportunity mentality, and that's kind of what we have here. We just have the next play, next game, next opportunity. You can't harp on things too much, especially this deep in the season. This late in the season, where we're at right now, our standings. You can't harp on things too much. So, all we're worried about now is just the Patriots and getting this win, and then we have like a short little, almost you could say, bye week. And that little bye week, we can worry about correcting this game and even the Cardinals game. But right now, our main mindset is just worrying about the Cardinals.